And we are back. I am at the beer stand, and unless I forgot everything in the last 30 seconds, this is episode 9 because I just typed in the title of the video that I would be recording. So hopefully I'm still sane and I got that right. We're in the middle of setting up this automation here. It's just about ready to go, really. I mean, it is going, but it's just about done. We just need maybe some more sifters and sieves, excuse me. The sifter is something else. And some more autonomous activators to finish this up. And then we gotta start buttoning up this build here. In fact, maybe we should jump up there. The roof on this guy. We don't have any stone on us. Let's see what we got. And I am starving. I'm starving. You know why? I realized this, and I got a couple things that I've been thinking about. I want to lay on you guys, but we've been focusing on this so much we haven't been making the rounds, and so these melons have just been sitting here. Instead of getting harvested and regrowing, they're just sitting there, which isn't a huge deal. I mean, we can harvest these 3 melons and have plenty of food, and we got lots of backup, plenty of reserves. I think we might even still have some melon in the kitchen. Maybe. Oh, no, I guess we ate that already. But still, 28 melons. We're fine. You just gotta not lose sight of little things. When you get all excited about a build or a project, make sure you keep harvesting your food. And chopping down a tree once in a while, because that wood's gotta come from somewhere. Yeah, see, I kept eating that stuff, and my well-fed just went up and up and up. So, let's see what happens if I eat another one. Looks like it's maxed out. Maybe it only goes up, it only went up a few. But anyway, and the juice seems to be the only thing you can do that with. If you got food in your hand and you try to right mouse that business, it just won't do anything if you're full. So, found a little hidden bonus for the juice. And this path I hate, not because it's the limestone or whatever, just because it's all random. And we'll get it fixed. I just need to get across here. Okay, so we're done starving. Let's get some stone. And we've got a little stone here. Actually, we've got some stone bricks. I don't know what I want to do on the roof. Definitely need to make it out of some slabs, because we don't want mobs spawning up there, and that'll kind of give us a cool look anyway. So we need more of those fancy guys, fancy bricks, and we don't have a whole lot. And we lost our chisel. I think it disappeared when we died. I was reviewing some footage, and I think that's what happened, because it was there and then it just wasn't. And probably the fluid ducts that we lost were in there too. Maybe we just used them all, but I think we had more than we used. Or maybe they were right here in this chest where we put them after. No, I think that was after the fact. Aqueous accumulator. Anyway, let's get us some stone. Yeah, we might as well take these guys, because we can chisel those down some. But we're going to have to go make another chisel. And I don't think we can use iron for a chisel. If we had the tool forge, then I think we can do that. I think it accommodates metal parts, but we don't have that. So we'll make a chisel head, and we need some flint, which I believe we have plenty of. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe this flint shard. I think that's just enough. Yeah, perfect. Okay. And then we need a tool rod, or in this case, a stick. And then we go next door. Oh, what are we doing? And we get a chisel. Perfect. And, oops. Let's put our flint back in there. Because, yeah, I realize that I said that everything we have repairs with flint. I obviously wasn't talking about these guys, because they repair with netherrack, and that's just like we don't have it, it's a non-issue. But the tools that we have that we've made have all been flint, so we're leaving that in there. So let's make some more of this stuff, and maybe do half a stack. Where did I just put that guy? And oh, yeah, like so. I think that'll do us. And somehow I keep ending up with this ingot cast in my inventory, in my hand. Oh. Did I get that back? I think I did. That's funny. Let's put this back in here. Did I get my... I did. Well, the barrier's working. That's funny stuff. And we're going to need a few more of these to finish that up. And we'll just make that out of whatever's left over when we finish this other part. So I think... is there a way up? Whoo, buddy. Yeah, skin of my teeth. Looking good. Okay, so here's what we'll do. And we're going to have to replace those levers because that's going to get changed into slabs. Got sucked up. Too bad the vacuum thing doesn't keep us from flying off the map. Whoa, wrong way. And we've got the shift key on lockdown. There's no falling at this point for us. Now look at that. That's cool. And we can put like another block in there somewhere to kind of disrupt the flow a little bit more and spread it out a little bit and kind of really get a good waterfall going. But we'll do that some other time when we've got advanced technology that allows us to not fall and die. Right? Dying is no good. Hey, look at that. We're just a little shy. We can make a few more. Two. Nice. That's the thing about the chisel is you can make like one stone brick if you need it instead of a batch of 4. That's an option or a mechanic that I would like to see introduced in other places in the game where you have batch crafting, half batches and small batches. That's a great idea. So there's that, and then I think we just want to do, let's get a full stack -1 because that's how the math works out. Just do that. We can't parkour back up there because we made it too tall. Maybe if we go that way. Yeah, here we go. And we'll just put those like this. Make ourselves a nice little floor that is not a mob spawner. That way we can get away at least with some minimal torches. Because these torches, they're just so tacky. Oops. We'll fix that. And it'll probably fall in the smeltery and get turned into some molten stone. Which I believe we need. Because we gotta make our high oven to make steel. And that requires a great deal of molten stone. Because each little bit of stone that you melt, like a cobblestone, is like 8 millibuckets or something horrible. It's bad. So it's going to take a lot to really amount to anything. I think we might have just what we need to get this roof done, this job. And we're already getting hungry again. It's like as soon as the well-fed wears off, you're just a ticking time bomb. Ticking time bomb of starvation. So we'll get this buttoned up. Shouldn't take but another minute. Gotta make sure we leave ourselves a way down. Because we probably won't be coming back up here for a while. Actually, you know what? I don't know how many of these we're gonna have left. We should add some little details up here around the top of this. That would look good. And we can always jump off the front. Well, this is no big deal if we run out of happy stuff. There we go. And we got one left over after we salvage this. And we got it. I'm getting pretty good at recovering that, so that's good right there. We'll go down and replace that from below because I want minimal interruption with the control flow there. Not that we probably are in any dire need of lava. We're probably overflowing with it. But let's see. Yep. I don't really have the one stone slab, so let's leave some torches behind so that they don't. Let's hit F7 just to make sure we get everything. And just because I want to even this up. And we'll fix that momentarily. We'll still be within range. Is there anything we can jump on? Nah, we're just going to take damage. Ouch. Let's make some more slabs before we start breaking stuff. Yeah, we'll definitely use all that. Now I'm going to go back upstairs and add some little details. And that's where having this even number is going to mess us up a little bit, potentially. So we've got to maybe account for that. What are we doing? We're breaking out these guys. I'm getting this build finished up so we can move on. Because we do need to get it finished up before we move on. There's no question about that. And from here, I want to start doing some of the small things that we've talked about. Like we need an obsidian generator. That's going to be important. Just so that later on when we are suddenly in need of like a stack of obsidian, we're not panicking. And it looks like we lost a lever somewhere. It must be up there. Or maybe the vacuum hopper got it. I don't think we were in range, but it's possible. Oh, can we not place a lever on that? Really? Now that is a thing, as we say. Oh, there's some levers. How do we remedy that? Oh, simply like that's yeah. No problem. Okay, easy money. And then we still got a lever in there, so we're good. Yeah. We need some more sieves. That's easy enough to make. How much string do we have? That's the question there. We haven't really needed string for a while, so it's been a non-issue. Now, all of a sudden, it's an issue. I don't think we have much. That's like 20 or so. 18. So that is enough to make one sieve. Well, let's get that going. I mean, that's something. And we'll have to infest some trees again. We got a block and a block and a block and a block, and only one stick. There we go. We just need some legs on that guy. And of course we'll have to make another autonomous activator. Now, we're going to need to refine some metals here. And it's going to get fast. In fact, it's not even really refining anymore, because we're just going to take them out of this chest and craft them real fast and then throw them in the smeltery and be done with it. We made another sieve. That is the totally wrong place for you. Did we get it, or did it go in here? It's going in here. Oh, and hey, we got a little brick there. Yeah, there we go. And some torches. And we can go right there. And we'll get rid of this crud. A little bit more redstone in there. We should probably get us a stack of dust in there someplace. We need to get a pulverizer that we can, because this is part of a system. I don't want to be in here using it, and you saw when we were doing that over there, like when we decided we wanted a stack of sand, it was messing that whole flow up. And I don't want to do that over here, so we're going to need another pulverizer that we can just use, you know, for whatever we need. We need to pulverize a couple of nickel dust or a couple of obsidian or whatever. I would like to be able to do that without taking the stack out of the input slot, because that's what really messes the whole flow up, is in that stack, or at least that's what was messing it up over there and keeping us from having a steady flow of power. So yeah, we want to avoid doing that here, so we're going to try to leave that alone as much as possible. And we'll just make another pulverizer. We're going to do a bunch of metals. Vacuum hopper, no. Iron chest, yes. Yeah, we got lots in here that needs doing. Let's just take it all, because we got 3 or 4 chests now that have this kind of stuff in it. And we'll take that guy too, because we got a bunch of it over here, which we need to get done. And we'll just craft all of this up if we can. No, we can't even hold it all. And there's more in the other chest over there. Not very much. That one never really got a whole lot in it, but it's there. Let's eat just a little bit so we don't starve while we're in a crafting bench. That would be embarrassing. Speaking of which, I think we're back down to 2 lives now, so at next convenient time, we'll be making another heart and eating that. So plenty of iron. Oh, that's not iron. How did that happen? Yeah, okay, so we'll just do this up real quick, and we'll get ourselves a packager real soon. The auto packager. That'll be one of the next things we build. We're gonna smelt up a bunch of this ore, and then we're just gonna build a bunch of machines. And we are just out of space. So we'll throw a lever on the ground and smelt some of this and be right back. Yeah, what do we got in there? Some copper. Now we gotta be careful here. Copper, we haven't done the copper yet, so let's do aluminum and some iron, because we don't want to make, and I don't know, maybe I'm screwing this up, but maybe we'll find out that something makes something. And I'm not going to put any more in than that, because I think it's full. Yeah, we need to make that taller, for sure. Oh, here we go. We'll just put our extra crap in here, briefly. Okay, so we're good to go on that, and I think we could conceivably just put a hopper on our smeltery, and that would work, I believe. Or maybe we should do that. What just happened there? Oh, I know what happened there. Okay. So what does it take to make a hopper? We got aluminum smelting, so that's perfect, because we do need the aluminum, and we need a chest. So let's just do that. ourselves a chest. And unfortunately, a hopper only has, what, 5 slots on it, but yeah, we have 9 types of ore, but that'll be okay. We got some aluminum in there? Yeah, aluminum brass. So yeah, we took some of that copper and we made aluminum brass, and that was unexpected, but there it is, molten aluminum, 2 ingots. That's not enough, but whatever. Okay, so live and learn. But I think that aluminum brass is actually good stuff. I think we're going to need that. Not immediately, but relatively soon. And we've got a lot of things that have been happening relatively soon. But we'll be getting to them shortly. And I thought of something. I had a real interesting thought, actually, about that fish. The fire aspect fish. If we put him in an autonomous activator, we got a fried chicken farm. And it'll never run out. It'll never lose durability. Like if you put a sword with fire aspect in there, that'll break and you'll stop killing chickens. But that fish is never gonna break. That's a farm. That's what that is. Just thought I'd put that out there. I'm gonna do it. I recommend it. I don't see how you could pass that up. Or we'll open a little Kentucky Fried Chicken off down Main Street someplace. That'll be perfect. How much we got left in there? 13. So one more 4. And I know this is a little boring. Like I say, we'll get us some more of this, all of this going. We're in our infancy still. It's a different grind. It'll always be a grind on some level or another. And I know I talk with my mouse, and it probably makes everyone really dizzy when I do it, but there it is. And then we'll make some ingots of that good stuff. How much we got left? 1? Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then what? Molten glass, molten aluminum, seared stone. Oh, we don't want to do anything with that. Oh, we still have 2 aluminum. Okay, well, we'll take that. We need 5. But, let's see, do we have any more aluminum? No, we'll put it somewhere else, because we were going to make a hopper. But I bet we got some aluminum hiding out somewhere. Maybe. I bet we got some aluminum in here. No, not really? Oh yeah, that's right, because that was the disaster chest. Well, I think we just cleaned ourselves out, and I guess we could use iron to make a hopper. Okay, problem solved. Do we have any? Do we have any in here? Iron? Nope. See, it must have taken some of that iron to make that aluminum brass too. Copper. Iron. There we go. And I don't know, maybe we'll get a further reaction in there. Some of that will further convert into whatever, but we're bound to get some good iron out of that. That's like almost a stack of iron ore when we convert that over. We can afford to make a hopper out of that. Won't take too long. Let's chop down a tree, because that's something you gotta do. Just, you know, every once in a while you gotta rotate your farms, take care of some business. I don't have any saplings on me. Let's chop a melon while we're here. Or 3. That's the difference right there. So you see where we do that when we're at 17 instead of 0, and we've got all kinds of food. And then we're doing it when we're at 40, and we never even get hungry. There's got to be, I bet there's a Thaumcrafty thing that keeps you fed. Although maybe not, because in the vanilla, you know, because the mods, even though they work well together, they don't necessarily take each other into account when they're constructed, you know. I mean, they're all based on vanilla Minecraft, so in vanilla Minecraft, hunger is an enemy, but it's not a very vicious one. So, a person making a Thaumcraft mod might say to themselves, that's not really necessary. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. What are we doing? We were waiting for iron to smelt, and it did. And let's just get us a block of that and quick make up this hopper, and then we can automate this just a little bit more and be on our merry way with our next little project. I want to get up to the roof here and detail that out real quick. And we need to get some windows in, and you know, we'll wait on the micro blocking and the fine detail, and I will go outside and we'll work on this brick just a little bit. I'm gonna finish it, but I'm not gonna finish it. And we got some scorched brick. I don't remember having that. Was that a quest reward? I think it was. Where did that come from? Mysterious. So we need a hopper. We had our chest, yeah. And we need to get that out of the way, yeah. Just like so. And we got a hopper. So we can get up there. And find the right button. Brilliant. So let's grab our gravels here. I swear, I can't find the right button to save my life. Let's see if this works. I believe that it will. Yep, it sure does. That is just fantastic. It'll do it back. You know what the problem with that is, though? Hang on. The problem with that is we're going to end up with more funky alloys that we don't necessarily want. Not that we don't want them. I mean, I'm sure they're good stuff. But we don't necessarily want them right now. Do we got any molten glass left in here? We sure do. One block of molten glass, and that is really all I think we need, because we're just going to make some panes out of that. We don't need blocks for the time being. We need 2, 4, 6. Did we put a window on that side? We sure didn't. Oh, maybe we will. Maybe we won't. In fact, maybe we'll leave that. Thank you. Yeah, we'll leave that. We can look in there and see things flying around from the outside. That's good times. And while we're just standing here, let's see, we got this guy. We got a couple of these guys. I think 8 would do it. Probably don't need quite that many. Maybe we'll just take 6 for now. Oh, and that's shapeless. Excellent. Maybe we'll need a couple more, but maybe we won't. So we'll see. Just want to finish that up. Oh, we had one extra. We'll use it. It'll go somewhere. And we've got a couple more of these guys. Yeah. Button that up. A little access tunnel. Got a little bit more of this stuff. Let's see if we can finish that up. We got plenty of sand, or at least the capability of getting sand. Yeah, we're good. Right there. Sand. So we can make plenty of this glass. We can pretty much build with... Did that just get sucked into the hopper? No. That's why we put the barrier there. So that we wouldn't have item confusion between the two systems. And we can still get in there if we need to get in here. We have access. It's good. It's good stuff. You could conceivably come and throw something in the window if you wanted to put it in that chest. That's our only real downside. Like, well, we can get to the chest easily enough. It's there. I don't even think we have to catch items to do it. That's good. That's real good. This build is coming together real nicely. if I do say so myself. Oh, we must be out of glass. Yeah. That's okay. We'll get there. Well, now that's kind of weird. I don't know how I like that. I want to see that from straight on. I can't get out over it. Oh, it doesn't do it here. What's the difference? It's not doing it from that side. Ah, it must have been a graphics glitch or something. Oh, it's still doing it. What's that about? It's only doing it from the one side. Well, that's frustrating. Speaking of frustrating, it's the long way around for us. Don't fall off of there. Gotta hike the trail to get back home. That's the spooky cave. That's like the one place that the mobs can spawn. Alright, look at that. We got any fancy ones? Any fancy blocks left? No, we can make a couple. Oh, store chisel. That could be how we lost the other one. Maybe we didn't lose it in a death. Yeah, we covered that little spot there. And how are we looking from over here? We can kind of see. We don't have as much a platform as I might like, but oh yeah, that needs some work for sure. For one thing, this needs to be wood. For sure. We've decided that already. Do we have any? Yeah, just enough. That's good. And we got a mob spawnable spot right in that window. We'll fill it with glass, but let's just throw a torch in there until we do. Just in case. And I don't know. Is that really necessary? You know, I don't think we're ready to work on this side yet. I want to have a little more completion here before I start running around and scratching my head, because I might just walk off the edge in a quandary. So let's finish up inside. I think we are roughly done here for phase 1 anyway. That being just getting it all up and running. Now we want to do an upgrade, you know, and we'll raise the smeltery up a bit, and we'll put some more autonomous activators in here and get this going, and we'll get our auto packager. In fact, that's what I think we need to go do right after we finish getting all this mess cleared out in here. Molten lead, molten gold, molten copper. So we know none of those mix. That's good information. Let's get this iron out of here. Actually, let's get the copper out of here, because we know that mixes with stuff. And how much was that? I didn't even look. Just enough for one ingot, it looks like, or one block, rather. And 5 ingots? Okay. No ingot cast. I got that here in the inventory. 5 ingots. I would love to build something out of these blocks. Look at that. So shiny. I like the smooth texture, like the clear glass, not a lot of interruption to it. This is real smooth. Nice little color gradient. Oh, we cannot harvest that with this pick. Well, you don't say. What is the harvest level of this pick? Stone. Weak. Ah, well, okay. That's, that's unfortunate. But whatever. Let's see, we had 5 ingots to make. That's number 3 over there. So, let's get the rest of this done. Jeez. Well, we're not going to be crying that we don't have enough copper, at least. What are we doing now? Iron, 31. That gets us 3 blocks and 3 ingots. That's easy. And this, I think we can suck this stuff out with an item duct. So we could just like put a chest here. Well, we don't want to put it in front of the controller, but we could figure that out. It can't be that hard. And we might even be able to autonomous activate, but then we'd be restricted to pretty much strictly to ingots, because if we did an autonomous activator, it would just dump like 3 ingots or something in there, and it would be stuck until it got whatever it took to finish that. And it probably wouldn't, because it wouldn't be on the bottom. So it would be a strictly an ingot operation, but we might be able to do that. I think if we wanted to do that, we would want a separate smeltery, because that would interfere. Like just coming over to smelt a thing would screw the whole system up, and we don't want to do that. So, but it would just be a little tiny smeltery. I don't think it would need to be anything super fancy. It wouldn't need all this stuff, and we could automate it. Maybe put it on the other side of this, so we can just tie right into the same lava feed. Now, what do we got now? Oh, we still got some iron in there. 1 ingot of iron. Okay. And then gold, 20. Oh, that would be stone. That's unfortunate. There's nothing for it. Let's just break that and replace it. I'm not even gonna try. We're full, really, of everything. Nickel. I think we're good to put some nickel in there. If that gets me it doesn't, does it? Okay, throwing levers on the ground again. And again. Okay, there we go. Now what do we got? Gold. 20 ingots of gold. Bam. So that's 2 and 2. There must be better ways to automate this. I'll have to watch a video or something and see about that. Yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, it's because it didn't go into my inventory, because I'm full again, still. Throw some ingots in here, and some blocks. Because ultimately this will be our crafting chest for this area, and we'll get all this project related crud out of here, hopefully. Platinum, we have not really touched platinum yet, so that's a first. So we'll get this fixed up. Molten nickel, molten lead, 32. Oh, this is tedious. I don't want to do this on camera. I'm going to cut and just get this metal organized and all ingotized, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that's mostly done, and that took a lot longer than expected. I went and got the ore chest from over yonder with the dolly, and got everything out of that chest that was ore related. Emptied that chest out of ores. And there's more in there now, I'm sure, because it's still going. But I chopped down some melons and some trees while I was waiting for stuff to smelt. Hello. We have pigs. We have many pigs. We have several pigs, actually. Hey, pigs. I don't want to knock them off the sky block, but I would like to have meat. How? None? Oh, and I fell for the oldest trick. Look at that. Molten gold just dripping out the back. We're so rich, we're just raining gold. We're pouring a new world down there. And we gotta walk all the way around to get back up. Oops. Hello, pig. Did we get any? Yeah, some pork chops. We can make bacon with that, I think, if we get some salt. And how do we get salt? I think it's pretty easy. I think it's like just water or something. A pot plus water. Yeah, so we just distill it. That makes sense. And we got a bucket. I left it in a chest over there, but we got a bucket. I'm pretty sure it's just salt and pork, but let's see. Let's make sure. Let's not waste time. Got bacon. No crafting recipe for you. Bacon jerky. Oh, that's Tinker's Construct bacon. Do we not have bacon? There's no bacon. It's just pork. Boring. Really? And see that pig? He's trying to get me to come back down there so I can go all the way around again. He knows what's up. He's like, I saw that. So yeah, here's what we ended up with. Not a ton, but you know, 6.5, 12, lots of lead. Not bad. There's still some stuff in here. Lots of tin and a little bit of platinum. I finally got around to smelting up platinum. And we got aluminum left to smelt. But you know, we'll just do this number on our way by from now on and get that finished up that way. So in here is just junk. Well, not junk actually. Valuable resources, but not that kind of gravel related resources. Well, I guess there's still some left in here, but you know what I'm saying. There's our bucket. Let's get rid of that guy too. We don't need a cluttery inventory. Actually, we'll keep the bone meal. It doesn't need to be left in there. And we'll get this stuff moved over to some place as soon as we figure out where that place is. And what's going on here? I have not seen that gravel move in quite some time. Is this pulverizer still going? Dust. Okay, we did that on purpose, I think. Do we have the... there we go. But we want that to be just red. Yeah, okay. And now I think we need to build some machines. So let's talk about that for a minute. Or why don't I talk and you listen? We definitely need another pulverizer. And there's a bunch of machines that we're going to need for quests. Let's see what we got. And I'm not sure if it's on this page or not. I think we're almost done with this. Maybe Underhill's Kitchen now. I don't remember where it's at. For the hoarding, maybe? I can't remember. But we need like a rancher. It's probably on the main page. We need a rancher and a farmer and not a rancher, but a farmer, a planter and a harvester and a sludge boiler. And for our personal use, and I was thinking about this too, like for purposes of automation, there's no point in sending all this ore through this thing. That's complicated and clunky. We can just get a pulverizer and an electric furnace, maybe plunk it down back here and just power it off this generator. And it wouldn't be 100% automated until we figure out some way to run the ducting for it, for the item ducts. But yeah, that could work. Or we could even put it over here, maybe. We could have the auto packager right there, and then the output chest for that, and then maybe a filtered output pipe that just pulled out smeltable stuff. That'd probably work. It's only going to be 9 items in there that are smeltable, so that should be doable. So we'll do something like that, and we'll have to cut down on our sifters a little bit, I think, but really, like 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. and then we'll put the rest of that here, and somehow we'll have to get some power. It can run along the ceiling. That should be easily done. I'm trying to jump up on there because I can see right through this glass and it looks like it's not even there. I'm like, I'll just jump up and jump in there, but it doesn't work. Oh. So here we are. I threw that hopper up there. That wasn't really the greatest of ideas because you can't, I mean, you can throw some stuff in there all at once, but you got to be careful what you mix, or you already saw what happens. I've already wasted a bunch of copper on the previous build that I had making bronze. And like I said before, bronze is not a bad thing to have, but if you want copper and you get bronze, then it's not so good. So what are we doing? We are, let's go, let us think. We're doing well. So we've got some blackberries and corn that we need to plant. And I don't know, we do want to build this out farther, I suppose, at some point. No time like the present, right? Just open this up a little bit. I know I just put it here, but it's okay. I'm over it. And we need to build like our little tinker shop right out here. And I'm thinking some blackberries out in the front yard of the tinker shop would be perfect. So we need a bunch more slabs. And let's just chop this tree down since we're here. And we're almost out of string, so the next time we get like a big mutant tree, we're gonna throw some silkworms in that guy. How much wood do we have? Just those 4? I think we might have wood in a chest. I dumped a bunch of stuff when I was trying to move metals because there was like 80 different items. Is it in here? Oh yeah, so we got some wood, and actually we got some slabs. We're gonna need more than that, so let's just turn this into planks and maybe just this stack for now. Yeah, that's good. Because we got a lot of slabs to put down, actually. We'll probably come back and craft up that other stack here in just a minute. So we got to finish this off over here. Like so. So we can do some work on this guy. I want to get that finished up. Maybe not all fancified in terms of like, because we just don't have the building materials to do it. We don't have enough variety to really have color and variation. But when we get some other kinds of stone, and maybe we'll spice that up with a little limestone accent. We got a little bit of limestone, like a stack or so. So, you know, maybe we'll replace those corners with limestone. And you know, this like kind of weird framework we got, or we could even replace the wood with limestone. That might be in keeping more with the lava and stone kind of theme of the smeltery. So maybe we'll do that. I kind of like that idea. Yeah, maybe a couple other places. But we'll figure that out. We don't need to do that right now. Like getting it built and finished, that's good enough. And we'll come back. You know, when we just start getting burnt out on pipes and wires and automation and mob spawners and all that crud, and we just want to come back and build something and kind of relax a little bit, we'll come work on this. You know, we'll just start at the house and kind of sweep out and pretty everything up when we've got colored wool and oh, who knows what else we'll have by then. I don't even want to speculate. We got so much to discover. I mean, this mod pack, I'm in virgin territory now. I'm as farther now than I've ever been. So, by quite a bit actually. That bit of automation in there is quite a bit more advanced than anything I had up and running on a previous build for this map. I've done other things, of course. The factory that I run on Minecraft, or ran, because the map just reset, but that was pretty complicated stuff. And it took a long time. It was sad to see that map reset, but when the server is unplayable, you know, you gotta fix that. You just gotta take care of it. Suck it up. You can have your build preserved on a map that you will never see because you can't play it, or you can just start over on a new map. So from here, We got 27 planks. I think we'll just run this out in a straight line. And let's hope we don't fall. That was a little bit heart attacky right there. That little pause, because it shouldn't have happened. Scary. And that's good. That's good that we'll put our tinker shop like maybe 5 or 6 from the edge, so we have a nice little border. And I like to create little backstories, so we'll come up with someone's tinker shop, some little name, and someone's forge, and this can be Stan's house, and we'll start creating a little imaginary world, because I'm getting lonely here. It's just me and the pigs, and I killed the pigs, so there's no one to talk to. I need like an imaginary friend. Smiley that runs the smeltery, Smiley Smeltery, so that'll be Smiley Smeltery, and then we'll figure out who the tinker is. Tommy the Tinker, maybe, or something like that. And we'll give them some personality and spiff their place up. Maybe Smiley the Smelter likes green or something. We'll figure it out. I don't know. There's lots of details to file. And we need to check on our book a little bit here, because the quests are getting a little stale, and we need to just like pick one and kill it, so we can open up some virgin ground and maybe see something new. I think we can do this. That was just a matter of a couple of pistons, and I think we have some redstone now. I got some dust. Actually, yeah, we need to go stick that in the machine there. Hello, pig. Why don't we just get pigs? We really need a cow, because cows give us milk, and if you put milk in one of those barrels full of water, you get slime. That's why I wasn't so worried about getting slime. So you get a cow, you kill it, well, you milk it and you get milk, and then you kill it and you get leather, and you add some string, and there's your Pokeball, your safari net. You know, it's just a cow away. That's why. A cow gets us slime, and a cow gets us a safari net, and we didn't really need those quest prizes. Of course, the thing we got, it's 3 pistons for that guy, I think. Oh no, that's the auto packager. It's just 2 pistons for that guy. And we got 5 redstone, and maybe a little bit more hiding out in our other crafting table. Maybe 1, 2, possibly 3. Not more than that, I don't think. But that's enough to get us some pistons. Nope, nothing over here. Not at all. Is there anything we do need from over here? I don't think so. We got... we'll take this... No, we got cobblestone over there. That's ridiculous. We still got to get this quest rocking, and that's not that hard. We could probably do that in a Minecraft day or two. Just build a little platform. In fact, maybe before we start work on the tinker shop, we'll just go out there and lay down some cobblestone and let the mobs spawn and wander onto the island, and we'll just be on high guard and kill them when they come. Well, that'd be pretty easy. I mean, you know, we could knock that quest out and our zombie quest in short order. We came over here to craft us some stuff. Block of iron, yeah. We'll just break one of those up. We got iron in the other chest, but 1, 2, 1, 2, huh? A little quick paint action. We didn't have that on Minecraft. This didn't exist. It was manual clicking for everything. And what else do we need? Storage upgrade. 2 pistons and a better barrel. That's why we gotta do that. Alright, let's waste some wood making a barrel so we can craft out of it. Let's see. Chest. Plank. Better barrel. I don't feel right about that, but we need to complete some quests. Just to see kind of, because like I said, I'm in virgin territory. Like the next step, besides just solidifying what we have, like I was talking about, like getting those extra machines back over here to smelt the ores, and getting a little obsidian generator, and then we need something to sift some dust too, because that's the redstone. Redstone, that's important. And we're going to have to tie that into this somehow, because we want to draw off of that sand barrel. So maybe we'll go through the wall and set up another shop next door so we can suck sand through there and pulverize that, because, man, it's a pain in the booty trying to pulverize this and then send it back through the system to get pulverized again, and send it back through the system to get pulverized again, and so on and so forth until you get down to dust, because you got all these byproducts and they cross paths, and you got to try to map all that, and it gets tough. So you either end up with a whole bunch of pulverizers or a whole bunch of pipes, one way or the other. I think I thought of kind of a simpler way to do it, but I'm past that now. I mean, we've already done this, and I'm not going to tear it apart to try to integrate the rest of that system. So like I say, we'll just go through the wall and pulverize the sand, and then sift it on the other side, and we'll have a little, I don't know what who sells powders? Incense shop, maybe? It could just be a little hole in the wall. Be like two machines. We could run it off the same power too. I mean, that's no big deal. We got plenty of power here. We know that this pulverizer only takes half the output of this thing, so we could put another one on the other side, no problem. And if we need to, I mean, we can add another one of these generators. We're stuffed with lava. Like, that's not a problem. You look up here, and oh, maybe. Oh, I covered them up. Gotta go around the other side. I think they're covered up there too. We can't even see them. But yeah, see, that guy's got 8 buckets of lava in him, and he's just sitting there. So we'd have no problem putting on, 2 or 3 of these probably pretty easily, and we can build it. That's easy. It was what, 5 gold and a block of iron and 2 redstone. I mean, done. No sweat. And I just emptied this chest. Let's see. We've already got some pretty good accumulation of things in here. There's a whole stack of iron already. And that wasn't that long ago. This thing's working. We get another autonomous activator running out of their sieve there, and we're cooking with gas, my friends. I would like to this stuff, like, we're never gonna have this again. This we can craft in this one. If I can push the right button, and this one, and that one, and this one. So those will go ahead and smelt up, and I think the rest of these, we're just going to toss them into the void. We don't need to ever talk about that stuff again. There's no reason. I mean, when you're doing everything automated, a 10% margin, or 20, or even a 30% margin, it's just not that big a deal. Not for this. Not for the amount of hassle that it is. I mean, you could go ahead. You're welcome to try to automate this whole thing. But I mean, you got to package this, and then you got to auto hammer it with the autonomous activator, and then you got to package that, and then you got to auto hammer it, and then you got to package that, and then you got to and then you got to package that, and then you got to smelt it, and you got to duct all that, and figure it all into your piping and your pneumatic servos. And if you don't have pneumatic servos, I mean, if you're using levers, which is where we're at, we got a couple of them, and we could build maybe 1 or 2 more, but we can't put them everywhere. We can't have a filter on every junction, so we got to keep it simple. This is as much as we need to get complicated at all. So that's the plan. We're going to expand this way with the power, and into the next building with the power, and we'll get the dust sieved next door, and we'll get the metal smelted here, and we'll get ourselves a little output chest like right there with a pipe that comes out, and it would just be like, oh, what do we need? It's right there. Easy, no problem. And then we can hook that up to our ME system later on, and it'll just be right there. We'll run like all the wiring for that underneath this stuff. Make a little basement level, like a 4 or 5 space access. Probably 5 spaces, so we got room to work over our heads without having to crawl on our bellies like a snake. And we're finally starting to get some sand. Oh, hello. That system was plugged up for a little bit, but it's working now. So we're cruising right along. We're gonna need some more leadstone energy conduits, and we're gonna need another generator, and another pulverizer, and 2 more pulverizers actually, and a furnace. So that would be our immediate, and probably some more item ducts and fluid ducts. Yeah, just more of all that stuff, and then those machines that we mentioned. So to do that, we're gonna need, I thought I had a block of gold, like just a few minutes ago. I don't know what I did with it. Did I dump? Oh yeah, okay, there we go. We're good. Okay, so what else do we need? And this dust I want to put in the sieve, but I guess we should do it now before the system gets all clogged up. Is this thing overflowing with gravel? Not too bad. Let's do that. And I don't know how many, I think a little bird told me 3 autonomous activators per pulverizer, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, we'll just put as many on there as that guy can support, and if we really need to, we can probably figure a way to put another pulverizer right there and get some stuff into it. It'd be a little tricky, but we'll figure it out. Or maybe like right in front, we can just scooch sideways, because that's outputting cobblestone. We'll just put it right there, and little item duct down into that thing. We'll have to figure out a way to get in, but that'll work. I'm gonna take a quick break, cut this episode here, come back momentarily, and we'll start crafting up some machines and getting this next phase of automation done, and we'll start getting out this way and working on our tinker shop. In fact, I think we're going to do that first, because that fits our order of operations. Like, we had this equipment way before this equipment, and it is still stuck in a hodgepodge, so it needs to find a home. And we'll get that cleaned up on the side, and I'm not even sure about this mycelium. Maybe we'll leave the mycelium and get rid of the barrel, because we can put a little witch water thing somewhere else. It doesn't need to be right here. Anyway, I'll be back. I'm gonna go hide in here so something doesn't fall on my head or whatever. And I'll see you shortly. I'm after Beer Stand. This is Agrarian Skies. Make sure before you hit some other link to leave me a like.